Is this gonna come out after your birthday?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you would have already had a birthday.
Oh, yes. I would have. That's
How does
correct.
the math work? Is this a week after?
This episode comes out on the 29th.
So your birthday has passed.
Yes.
So I want to tell everyone to wish Katie a happy belated birthday.
Woo! Yeah.
May I share the number?
Yeah.
It's 32.
No. Oh, God, Bridge.
Damn it. 31?
Oh, my God, I'm older.
Wait, 33?
I'm older.
No, you're not. How old are you?
I'm gonna be 34.
You're gonna be 34?
Yeah.
I could have sworn you were turning 32.
I act like I'm younger.
Wow.
I'm gonna be 34. We're 5 years difference from when your birthday hits.
Wow.
So now we all know your number too.
Yeah,
So.
I'm gonna be 39. You know,
Right.
I gotta say, the 30s, I never know what age I am.
Yeah.
I literally 32, because that's my number. And I feel like my soul's age. We've talked about that.
Right.
And then I just don't know I have to do math. And
Yeah.
But wow, I could have sworn you were 32. So
Listen, I'm also at the age now where people, if they bring up my age, they usually guess that I'm younger. And I'm like, ding, 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 ding. I had a lady who I teach with who, she's great. She's just like a nice chatty lady and we're always chatting. And she was like, yeah, I thought, aren't you like 27? And I was like, Mona, you wish.
you're like, I just turned 21. How rude.
Right. Let's go to the club.
You know what though? I think it's helping all the little kiddos. You're like, the Sanderson sisters drinking all their youth.
Oh,
Energetically.
that got dark. Fist.
Energetically.
Oh,
You're not actually, it's a positive. Anyways, I want everyone to wish Katie a happy birthday on our Instagram by giving us money, by buying merchandise.
Yeah. Do all that. Thanks.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello.
Hello there. Welcome to our show.
Woo! Oh my God, that was Taye Diggs. Did you know that? Did you know?
Believe, and I thought, why can't I see more of him?
I blacked
and then
out.
He left.
Yeah.
And I was so sad.
I saw him only at the end when they were like, that was Taye Diggs, bitch. And I was like, whoa. Who knew? Not me.
Who are we? What are we watching?
Okay,
what year is it?
We're
What's
not
happening?
Taye Diggs. And we're not in the jazz club, but we will be soon. So we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And all that jazz.
Oh.
Start the car and know a whoopee spot.
Oh.
Where the gin is something and the piano is hot. It's a great movie. What's the movie?
Don't know the words. It's 2002 Chicago.
That's where Bridget lives, y'all.
Yo.
Bridget goes to those jazz clubs, maybe.
Definitely.
Wow.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I did some reading. Reading about this. I'm going to bring back some fun facts.
I love that.
It's 2002. Nothing is hotter than Britney Spears. Okay?
Oh.
She turned down this film.
Britney!
Nothing is hotter than Friends. Rachel from Friends turned down this film.
What the F, people?
Moulin Rouge comes out in 2001. Everyone is thirsty for more musical dramas.
Yep.
Renee Zellweger is ready to pop.
She's Bridget Jones's Diary.
Catherine Zeta-Jones was a professional dancer back in the day.
I didn't know that.
And was so adamant about people believing she was actually dancing in the film that she forced them to do a short bob so everyone could tell it was her dancing.
I love that.
Oh my God. Richard Gere was supposed to be John Travolta.
Oh,
and then
have been different.
Before that, are you ready?
I don't know.
Michael Jackson.
No.
Can you imagine him being Billy Flynn?
Oh God, all the girls have been like, we don't know if we want Billy anymore. Oh no, we're sweating.
Also, there's all these random, like, kind of cameos. Like, Maya just shows up, and you're like, what? Do you remember her from, like, do you know Maya, the singer who does Moulin Rouge with, like, Pink and Christina Aguilera?
Oh.
And she's like, you know this? She's, like, famous. She did a lot of
Sure.
Okay. How about our girl, Sarah Ramirez from the Sex and the City? She shows up randomly. Did you know that?
Wait, no? Who was she?
She was just, like, a background dancer. I was like, excuse me?
Well, and Lucy Liu is, like, kind of in there, and that's random. Yeah.
Tay Diggs, Queen Latifah.
I love Queen Latifah!
Christine Baranski.
Baranski.
Who
Love
loves
her.
The Grinch. Excuse
We
me,
love
Martha
her.
May Cuvier.
She's the best.
It is my turn to do the synopsis.
It is.
Okay.
You got this.
As much as I just hyped that up, I don't know how I felt about this. Because I think
Can I guess why?
Guess why?
Is it because it was a little, like, anytime women are on screen, they're naked?
Oh, that's a great point, but no.
Oh, okay.
But I
is
maybe
it?
should have thought that way. I was like, I just want to see it in theater. Like, it was so good that I was like,
oh, you're
wait,
mad.
I wish this was a Broadway play and not a movie.
It is a Broadway play.
I know, but, like, I wish I was watching the Broadway play and not the movie. Like, I felt the screen got in the way of, like, the energy.
Oh, okay.
And so I was a little distracted. Also, I didn't really like any of the character stories because they're not very likable.
Everybody's kind of a jerk. They're not good people.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's talk about them.
All right.
So I, hold on. We're singing.
Do a tap dance while we wait.
Roxy Hart is a small-town chorus dancer who would kill for fame after doing just... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It went away. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Let's start that again. Roxy Hart is a small-time chorus dancer who would kill for fame. After doing just that, she lands behind bars alongside vaudeville star Velma Kelly, who, with the help of hotshot lawyer Billy Flynn, has spun her crime into a media frenzy. When Flynn takes Roxy's case, he makes her the latest tabloid sensation, setting the stage for a singing, dancing catfight between the all-too-willing rivals.
That was 8,000 sentences. Was that supposed to be one sentence, or is that your synopsis?
I think that was a run-on sentence, but...
Damn!
So
I mean,
that
hit it all.
That hit it all. Okay. Here's what I know about this film. So, I know it has been around since, like, the 70s, basically, this Broadway play. And it was based on really the 40s and 30s because, you know, Chicago's always been a town that, kind of celebrated murderers, so to speak. And so the original story was based off of, like, this town is so absurd. Like, people murder people and then they're, like, heroes in the tabloids and people are paying the journalists, people are paying the police. Like, everything's very shady. It's very Chicago. So that's kind of the backstory of, like, where this is supposed to take place.
Feels a little topical.
It is
sometimes.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. So we have Roxy Hart, who is starring Renee Zellweger, and she is, wow, is she hungry to be famous? She totally looks like Marilyn Monroe to me, with her, like, little blonde bob and her, like, la ja ju. And she's having sex with everybody. Like, I don't think she's wrapping it up. I think,
what kind of STDs did they have in the 30s?
There's a lot of STDs back then.
Was it the 30s? Is it supposed to be 1920s, actually, now that I say that?
I think I thought it was meant to be like the 30s, because they all have that hairstyle. So that feels like 30s.
I don't know. Hey, okay, anyway.
And can you find it? Is it supposed to be? Hold on. Let's get the facts straight. It's 1924. I'm so sorry. It's 1924. Okay. Housewife Roxy Hart. So Renee Zellweger is trying to do anything to get on stage, and she sees Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is already on stage with her sister, and they got this hit and at their top jazz club, and wow, it's amazing. And she's like, man, if only I could be like her. So she hooks up with this guy, and his name is
Fred Casely.
Fred Casely. Now,
her ex-boyfriend.
So Fred Casely is like, hey, Renee Zellweger, stick with me, kid, and I'll get you to the top. And she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I thought you were a furniture salesman, but you're going to get me famous. And so then she has lots of sex with him. And it comes to a head where she's like, hey man, are you ever going to get me famous? And he's like, would you just get your act together? I lie to your face. What's wrong with you? I know nobody. And then she said, oh my God. He throws her across the room. She can't take it and she shoots him. I will say,
escalation.
As there was so many naked female bodies, I did appreciate women handling their business.
Oh yeah, a lot of women handling shit.
A lot of women just murdering men. So then the police come and her husband comes and everyone's like, what happened? Now her husband's kind of a dummy. And he's played by who is literally the best dummy, which is John C. Reilly, Step Brothers. Yeah. You know, we love him. Who was Amos. Amos? Okay, sorry. Anus? So sorry.
Famous Amos Cookie.
Okay.
Yes.
So Amos is like, oh my God, I'll protect my wife. And then he slowly realizes like, oh shoot, she was sleeping with me. I hate her. She somehow continues to get him to always like support her and pay for a lawyer because she goes straight to jail. It's murder's row. And back then they were about to just kill her. And so she needs a lawyer, and the lawyer that protects all these women via Queen Latifah, who's head of the prison.
We love her.
As Mama. Great
Mama's good.
Is Billy Flynn, and Billy Flynn is paid by Richard Gere.
Wow.
That was hard for me to watch.
Oh, really?
I thought he gave
Were you just thinking of Pretty Women the whole time? You're like,
I thought he gave his all. Like, I literally was like, he left no crumbs. He gave his all.
Yeah.
I just wasn't...
Not for you.
I couldn't place him there. But I read about how he did all this tap dancing, and I mean, he worked his butt off. He did the best he could. I just couldn't get my brain out of, like, a regular Richard Gere movie, you know, where he's so, like, serious, and this was so, like, silly.
Yeah.
But he comes in, and he's like, here's what we do. I got an in with the papers. We're going to get you off, and basically we're going to spin a bunch of lies. And then it's all about working the tabloids, very much... you know,
topical
media today, and they do their thing, and in the end of it, she gets off, and there's a lot of twists and turns, which we will go through. Catherine Zeta-Jones also gets off in her own weird way, but not through Billy Flynn, which should have been through Billy Flynn. And in the end, the two women look at each other and say, you know what? These men are the worst. Let's team up together and take over jazz. And it ends at the spotlight.
Take over the jazz. Hashtag all that jazz. Yeah, that's good, Bridge.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What I miss? Or
no, well, you know, let's go through.
Okay.
Oh wait, I want to point out this movie was a Miramax movie, and I shook my fist aggressively in the air in rage because, god damn it!
Okay,
when I read
about, and that doesn't shock me since all the women are basically naked.
I know.
When I read about John Travolta, he was like, yeah, Harvey Weinstein asked me like a zillion times to be the lawyer. And honestly, he probably would have been really good.
Probably.
2002 John Travolta, not post Hairspray John Travolta.
It was pre-Hairspray John Travolta. Right. You know, yeah. He would have been good.
When was Hairspray?
Can he tap dance though? I don't know.
Yeah, that's 2007. Oh, but he's been like Saturday Night Fever, Grease. I mean, he could dance.
Yeah, that's true. He could definitely can dance. I did feel like, because you know, obviously it's a movie and it's about the 1920s, so a lot of the dancing was like that type of dancing, you know?
Oh, and Hugh Jackman was up for it, and he would have been great.
I would have loved him.
Yeah.
In that role. Holy shit. But, I love that little guy.
You needed Richard Gere's acting, which was really good for like the lawyer scenes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Miramax, you know, again, just connections. dare we say, whatever. But based on the Broadway musical, I've never seen the Broadway musical.
Me
Have
either.
you?
Me either. And that was kind of why I was like, it's not, the movie isn't hitting me because I think I just like Broadway plays more.
So from what I've heard with the Broadway musical is that they switch out, like, because it's been on Broadway for a long ass time, and they'll switch out the main characters like pretty often. And Pamela Anderson was in it, and I think she was Roxy Hart. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
And so, and they'll just take like, I don't want to say they'll take anybody, but I think they're a little more like, lax or, a little more open-minded.
You gotta be able to dance though, because this is not,
yes.
You can't just like roll up and not dance. I was so impressed by the like athleticism of the dancing.
Very fast paced.
It was because it's right on the edge of like Cirque du Soleil.
Right. But I think like when you're watching the Broadway play, because there's a lot of parts in the movie where you'll be like, oh, this is like a little like daydream, and then it's a song, but it's like people performing on a stage to the audience, and you see an audience in the movie for those parts. And obviously in the Broadway play, I think the audience is just like the actual audience. So that whole song where Roxy's like talking to the audience and singing, and then there's an actual audience and you see them clapping. Like I think on Broadway, it's
that'd
like she's doing it to you.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was kind of interesting because
that's a smart
I don't know.
way to do it.
You had to get like creative to turn that into a movie. And this won Best Picture.
Yes.
And we talked about that last time. There was a couple other wins, but I think like there weren't a lot of like, because even before, like I'm trying to think of what other giant movie musicals, not from like
just
the
Moulin
MGM
Rouge.
days. Yeah, but even that, like, that didn't win Oscars. Like, that wasn't, like, Oscar winning. So I think this was, like, very, I don't know, like, groundbreaking, dare I say.
Oh, here's a stat. You're right. This film won 6 Academy Awards in 2003, making it the first musical to win Best Picture since Oliver in 1968.
Right. Yeah.
People were hungry for it.
Listen, I like the songs, okay? And the first song we get is a 5, 6, 7, 8. All that jazz.
That's a great start. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Very fast paced. You meet Velma Kelly, who is Catherine Zeta-Jones.
She can dance.
Dips beneath the lasers. Whoa.
She can dance.
She could dance, she could sing, and she has an act, and it's supposed to be with her sister, but she's doing it alone tonight, and you see her washing some blood off her hands, and then, we later find out her sister's dead, and so's her husband, and she didn't do it, I guess.
Can I tell you what was my favorite thing about all the murderers?
What?
Is that they were all like, my boyfriend, my husband, whatever, cheated, and so I murdered them. I'm like, that feels fair.
That makes sense to me,
you know?
Right? Yeah. It's just a classic tit for tat, guys.
I mean,
like
if you weigh them on a scale, it's about the same.
Yeah, and you meet Roxy too, and she, as Bridget mentioned, is hanging out with Fred Casely, and they're just kind of making out, and she's a married lady. And she doesn't hide her affair at all from like the neighbors, which was a lot. I was like, girl, come on. People getting shot over affairs. You better watch out. Damn.
She could not care less. And she seems like, I don't know, like she was so obsessed with being famous that it was like a job. She's like, okay, we have to have sex. Let's do it. And that was kind of how she felt throughout the movie. Like she couldn't care less. She was very much like a man about sex.
Yeah. I kind of felt like she was a little...
I didn't like her.
Dumb. Like, I was like, why did you, like, you didn't, like, do any fact-checking on this Fred Casely?
He was a furniture salesman, and
well,
he had 6 kids.
The husband even, like, points that out when the cop's like, did you know Fred Casely? And he's like, Fred Casely? He's a furniture salesman. What do you mean? Like, and I'm like, yeah, Roxy, why do you think furniture salesman equals fame and fortune? Like, that's not, those aren't, no, wrong path. But, yeah, she fucking shoots him. And I was correct. It's correct. It's great. It's a great day.
And honestly, he was like really mean to her. He was super mean and he chucked her across the room. And
violence. That's right.
Was about to probably do more shit. And wow, she upped the ante. And so that threw me off. I was like, this is what this is about. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and John C. Reilly, who is her husband Amos, he comes in and he's like, I shot the burglar. And the cop's like, yeah, I don't buy that. Like, what do you mean? And he's just blabbering on. And then he's like, wait a second, Frank Kafin. Why would he be a burglar?
What is like, John C. Reilly like in real life? Like, what
I
if
don't
he's
know.
a secret genius? And
I hope so.
How? I couldn't. If he's like, hey, good morning, I would just laugh. Anything he says is so funny to me because he's so absurd.
I just always think of Step Brothers with him.
I just absurd.
Can't. I love him. Yeah. But Roxy, basically he like backs out of lying because he's like, you cheated on me. And then she's like, you're an idiot and blah, blah. Yeah. And they're like, well, off to jail you go, lady. And then she's like, ah. And Bridge, we get one of my favorite characters.
Oh, incredible.
Which is Mama's Good to You, who is Queen Latifah, who is a queen.
Okay. When that song came out and she's like head of the prison bitches and she's like, when you're good to mama, I'm good to you. What did that mean? Did that mean what we thought it meant?
I want to read you a line, Bridge, because it may or may not. If you want my gravy, pepper my ragu. Spice it up for mama. She'll get hot for you. This is all women, by the way. So I don't know what's the moral of the story.
Is this like the lesbian anthem for 2002? Because I'm here for it. She was so good. By the way, her like solo with her beautiful dress and her dancing. I'm like, Queen Latifah.
Her big feather.
You was like a rapper and then like an incredible actor, but like now you're a lounge singer. Like she pulled it off.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a smooth transition. I was like, wow. And so I kind of was like, remember the show Orange is the New Black? Yeah. I was like, oh, is she going to be like mean and tough? I was thinking like prison hierarchy, but she's pretty nice. She's kind of like a kind character. You know?
She just like rolls her eyes, like mainly at Roxy, because Roxy's like, "Hey, can I have another blankie?" And she's like, "Yeah, anyway, bye." Like you're not getting what's going on here.
Cut out here.
Yeah,
you're gonna die.
I love Queen Latifah, and I don't know if that was real life in 1920s that they had women overseeing like the women's prison. Probs not, because I don't think they even give a shit about that now. So. Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, from there, we also get another very iconic song, The Cell Block Tango. Pop, Six, Squish, Cicero, Lipschitz. That's a fun one.
I know this isn't appropriate, but I would like every Murder's Row of women to sing how they murdered someone.
They have like a talent show and they're like, a 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, pick one word that defines your murder, ladies, and we'll do a song about it.
Kind of. And the way they would use that red scarf.
Oh, that was really I like
cool.
That. I like that. See, that's why I want to see the Broadway play, because I'm like, I wonder if like that part is like that.
Yeah.
Or did they just do that for the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to know.
But basically every one of their stories is like, so I came home to fix my man a sandwich, and he was on top of my sister, and I shot him 6 times. Or the one woman was like, I stabbed him with a knife, and he ran into it 10 times.
He ran into my knife 10 times. I was like, sassafras. Or where she's like, I fired 2 warning shots into his head.
I was like,
oh, careful.
Yo, if you
don't let the cops hear you.
Like men, you could just watch this scene and play it over and over again, because it was very much like, damn.
I mean, he had it coming. He only had himself to blame. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it.
If you'd have seen it.
It was a murder, but not a crime. And that's profound. Okay? Ahead of its time. And dare I say again, was it topical? Holy shit.
I know we have Voldemort rules, but Melania, if you're listening,
I'm
sorry.
He had it coming.
I'm sorry. Okay, moving on. We're not political. Anyway, so here's the deal. That song, I'm like, hits. It's great. In my mind, I'm thinking, I guess this jail thing's going to be a quickie, and then we're going to get out of here and sing at the jazz clubs. The whole movie, she's in jail.
She's in jail the whole time.
I was like, how are we going to keep dancing in jail?
Well,
I was like, how do they get creative with this?
Jail equals jazz club, Bridge, because to be in this jail, you must sing and dance.
This is
well.
a tough club to get in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta initiate.
The security.
Get in there. Yeah, and Roxy, like, she realizes, oh my god, I'm in the same jail as Velma Kelly, who's Catherine Zeta-Jones. She's like, she's great, and she's kind of like, look, I'm in the paper, and like, I'm so famous, and everything's great, blah, blah, blah. And Roxy's like, hey, like, let's like team up. And Velma's like, fuck off, get out of my face, don't touch my undies. And she's like, okay, that's crazy. And then she's basically like, so am I gonna like die? And Queen Latifah's kind of like, well, probably, but if you have money, hire this lawyer and like he can help. And then she's like, I guess. But then they don't really have the money. And I don't know. He just kind of agrees to do it, even though he doesn't get the money he's supposed to.
I just want to let you know that $5,000 in 1924 is equivalent to $92,000
oh my God.
today.
What? I was gonna say, I don't even have $5,000 like that I could do right now.
Literally,
so like, what?
Literally, I
Holy
was just
shit.
like, it's 1924. Like 5,000 is a lot. And basically, Richard Gere pitied John C. Reilly. He was like, all right, you want to support your wife that murdered the man he was cheating on with you? I mean, he's like, God. Okay. So I think that was the only thing I believed, but I also thought, well, plot, we gotta keep moving, right? Let's keep it going.
I did feel that this character, Billy Flynn, who is the lawyer, I'm like, is this most lawyers though? And I mean, like, maybe, right? And then I also thought, is this what O.J. Simpson's lawyer, Johnny Cochran, did he watch this movie, even though that trial happened in the 90s, but also did he like watch this and was like, that's how I should be, and just spin everything like really crazy and it's gonna work great? And I don't know.
Well, in the end, we learned he like tampered with evidence too.
Hated. I'm scared.
Like, but he was really good. He was good as like a sleazeball.
Yeah.
And he was kind of funny. Like,
he was funny.
In our scary movie, I would love to see like my cousin Vinny battle Billy Flynn in like a some sort of case.
Joe Pesci's like, what the fuck is this shit? Why is he tap dancing in court?
He'd be like, Herodias. What? Like, I don't know a fucking dictionary? Like, I don't have Google? Can you imagine those two?
I cannot. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a lot. And I don't know. This is just, everyone's like, Billy's the best. Let's sing a song about Billy. And he just, I don't know. I don't love his first song. I think it's kind of lame.
His tap dancing is...
The tap dancing's
impressive.
Pretty good.
I like read that he trained for 3 months straight doing tap dancing. Wow. And I don't know about you, but like, I don't know if I could tap dance. I don't know.
I can't, but I think I would really like it.
I mean, just our family's body.
Well,
I don't know if we're like tappers.
We are a little bottom heavy.
We're a little bottom heavy. We're a little like penguin-y shaped. I don't know.
But I like the like percussiveness of it. Like, I'm like, that's a cool talent. It's like,
I had
you're making sound.
Do you remember my friend Lindsay?
Yeah.
In college, she could tap, and then in all the dorms, you know how you'd share a bathroom?
Yeah.
You know how when people tap, they do the butterfly, where they like kick their hands and their feet up at the same time? She would do that while we were showering, and it was the funniest fucking thing in the world. She would just come in with tap shoes and tap while we were showering. I was like, I'm just thinking
of Broad City, because that's what like Alana does like randomly, where she's like tap dancing on the subway for money. Oh my God.
Yes. Sorry, I lost the plot. Okay.
It's a cool skill, and it's cool that he can do that. He starts working with Roxy, and this is where we kind of get to the part of the movie where it's like, you figure out his whole angle is he just spins and tries to like gain sympathy and make the person, even though like, they admitted they're guilty, like he tries to spin the story so that it doesn't seem like, so it basically seems justified. So
it's self-defense.
So for her, he's like, you're like super innocent and you're from the Midwest and all this stuff, and you're gonna tell them that like you were attacked and that you both reached for the gun. Oh yes, they both. Oh yes, they both reach for the gun. Oh yes, they both reach for the gun. That's probably my favorite song. It's so fun. You hate it? Oh.
Well, I think my two things stand. Richard Gere was a little much for me. I was not prepared for him to be in this role, but also I was like, I wish I was in the theater. I wish I was feeling the theater air and seeing the lights and watching a little more depth.
But I feel like in the theater, they don't have the people actually on puppet strings flying through the air.
That was cool as hell.
I love that part. I love when Christine Baranski flies around. Understandable.
She is first of all,
so good.
She is such a powerful actor because she shows up maybe like 4 times in the film, and they were all like wildly impactful moments. We need to talk about that. Rob Marshall directed this.
Is that Happy Days?
Rob Marshall. What? No. Wait. Is he? I thought Rob Marshall. Oh, I was thinking of Penny Marshall.
But her brother was the guy who directed Happy Days.
Is this a different one?
Are there multiple Marshall? Will the real Marshall please stand up?
Oh, this is someone totally different that I was thinking of.
JK.
I was thinking of someone different. Let's move on.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're still on this song because I said so.
Okay.
And I hate puppets. But I love the little shtick that they do where he's like, you're my puppet and you're going to say what I tell you to say. And we're doing a little ventriloquist act. And I'm like, I'm scared, but I like it.
Renee Zellweger like nailed that.
Yeah, she does good like
physical.
She does good physical, and her face acting there I thought was good.
Yeah.
She's like a lot of like make it fit. I mean, Bridget Jones though, we know her.
I can imagine that both her and Catherine Zeta-Jones were like, we're gonna go for this motherfucking like acting. But I do think Catherine Zeta-Jones was like amazing.
I think she won one of the Oscars. Yeah, I believe
she had such like a presence for the role that you're like, oh, you could tell she's pissed, but she's also like, this bitch is so dumb. She's gonna get played by Billy Flynn too, and blah blah. Nobody's gonna care, and you're just like, wow.
Oh yeah,
she was great.
She was great, and everybody else thinks that she's great now too, and they feel bad for her because they both reach for the gun and they make Roxy Hart merchandise. Like now it's like like Disney is like, let's merchandise Roxy Hart and make profit. I'm sweating.
I'm gonna pause. Okay. I believe in recent news there was a man named Luigi.
I keep thinking of him for this whole fucking movie.
Basically has...
It was a murder, but not a crime.
Who knows if it's actually that guy, but I just think that's like the Roxy Hart of today. And I'm like, but they still murdered someone and we're really, I get it. If people hate health insurance, I get it. Don't we all? But also, it's a murder and we're celebrating that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know if he had little toy dolls made of him.
I bet
as
you
part
could
of
buy
his
one.
Merchandising.
I bet you could
contract.
buy one.
Also, then all of her stuff, like they start to sell her stuff, and people are like, "I'm gonna buy her used perfume." I was like, guys, like, don't do that. Ew. It's fucking weird. And then Queen Latifah dyes her hair like Roxy's, and I was like, enough. Okay.
Catherine Zeta-Jones was so pissed. She was like, even you, Mama,
really
even you. How dare
Mama,
you?
No. It's rough. And because Roxy's getting all this attention from the media and I guess the world or who the fuck knows, Velma is like, well, shit, now no one's paying attention to me. And this sucks, so I'm gonna try to get on Roxy's good side. And this is where she does her solo, like, song and dance. And, I mean, that was awesome. Like, because that was
awesome.
Her. And it also didn't have a lot of cuts.
No.
So she's, like, doing that, like, straight, as if she was on Broadway.
So impressive.
How they do that. Yeah, like, that's hard to do.
And she was basically saying, hey... Billy Flynn's like, bleh, and when you come out of here, you're going to need a show, and I killed my sister, and I need a duo act, so, like, here's how it would go.
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, is this how Hollywood works? Is it just like, hey, you want to do this movie? Here's how the movie would go, and then someone acts it out? I would love that.
I think it might be. And Roxy's not having it, Bridge. Roxy's being fucking rude. She's got a fucking ego. She's like, get out of my face. Bye. And then Velma was like, shit. But yeah. And then, Roxy's like living the high life. Lucy Liu comes in
Yo.
as a very random character. And she kills...
give her backstory.
Okay.
Heiress
of pineapples.
Pineapples of all of Hawaii. All of Hawaii's pineapples.
That's right.
Okay. And she comes home to find... What?
Her man had a threesome, and, like, why did he do that? Like, like he didn't even try to hide it.
He was coming home,
right?
And she killed all of them.
I mean, again, it's like
he had it coming,
he had it coming. But this lady, I don't even think we know her name. She just gets all the attention right away, and then Roxy's like, "When? No, pay attention to me." And then this is where Roxy's
Kitty.
like,
her name is Kitty Baxter.
Oh, Kitty Baxter, not that. Oh, Roxy whips out her last ditch effort. I'm pregnant.
Wow.
And I wish there was a song about a baby, but we didn't have that, so I'll get over it.
Mary
I wish they were like, she got it.
Oh, my Lord.
Roxy had a baby.
Yo, Mary, I know you listen to this. It's our sister Mary, and I just want to let you know that we loved when you sang that song, even though you hated that we laughed at you. But it was really funny to hear you sing Mary Had a Baby in church.
And it was like the Sister Act version, and you
so
guys were
funny.
like 8. Why was that what you guys were
know,
singing?
you hated it, but we love you, Mary Had a Baby. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one way to get press is, and then Richard Gere is so funny. He's like, hey, this is great. As long as I can't do math. And they kept being like, the math doesn't work out. And I
right, like the
really
math isn't mathing.
I didn't get why the math didn't work out.
Because her husband had, I guess, made a statement at some point that him and his wife hadn't had sex in like 4 months.
Okay.
And then when and then it's like when you did the math of like when he said that, -4 plus
however long she
something
was there
equals pregnant. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah. And like again, Roxy's not smart. John C. Reilly's character is not smart. Nobody's smart. And then John C. Reilly's character sings a stupid song that's kind of boring. And I want to feel bad for him, but I'm also like, you could just not be a part of this. You know, you could just be like, hey, I'm done.
It was
Good
very
luck.
victim-y.
Yeah, like he just keeps sticking around, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a
yourself.
dad," and she's like, "Fuck off," and I just not great.
Huh.
We all had it coming.
Ugh, get out of there. She's not nice to you. Go off and find your person.
It's bad. And there also is a subplot in here too. We didn't mention this, but there's a woman who sings as part of the Cell Block Tango, who's the one who says she's not guilty, and she doesn't speak English, and this is horrible. She does not speak English, literally can't defend herself, and she's like, I'm not guilty, and everyone's like, well, guess what? We're gonna pick you to be the first one to hang. Even though all these other women talked about how they brutally murdered men in their lives, you're the one who's gonna be hung first. And it's like, you know, a big thing that they talk about, because they're like, this is the first woman to be hung in the state of Illinois, like, ever. And you're like, oh, okay, I
didn't like that.
I don't like it. Yeah, it's sad.
But
this movie, like, I don't know. This isn't like a deep emotional movie.
It doesn't take itself serious.
Yeah, so you're kind of like, that is sad. Oh, never mind, jazz hands. Oh,
literally.
Kind of the song coming up.
Well, it's like, and then they tied it around her neck and done. And you're like, wait, did she just die? That's so fucked.
She dies, yeah.
And they're like, and she's like, oh man, I don't know if I'm nervous. I'm scared, Billy. Billy's like, oh, shut up, Renee Zellweger.
He's like, Renee, here's what we're gonna do. And this is my favorite song from Richard Gere, or the second favorite, I guess, is Give 'em the old razzle dazzle. And again, I go back to, does every lawyer sing and listen to the song as they're walking into the courtroom? Like, I gotta give 'em the old razzle dazzle, razzle dazzle, ba-da-bow.
That's what I do before podcasting. Just so
you just tap dance your way through.
I'm gonna go put my headphones on. Is my phone charged? My husband's sick of listening to this thing.
I don't know. He's a very dramatic lawyer, so it works.
He was over the top.
I know. I kept thinking of Johnny Cochran, though. I'm like, oh,
it was very. But I mean, the jury,
The jury was also dumb. Everybody was fucking dumb. And even Roxy's dumb because she like almost fumbles the whole obvious lie that they're telling, that everyone's like, gasp, we believe it all. And then there's a little moment where Mama's like, hey, Velma, here's Roxy's diary. Ooh. And you're like, huh? And then Velma shows up at the trial with the diary. And then Billy's like, hey, that's an invasion of privacy. And then, like, nobody cares. I think he's right for once, but it's fine. And then she starts reading from the diary where it says, like, oh, yeah, I shot him. And the word erroneous, as you mentioned. And he's like, somebody wrote in here, it's fake. And I kind of was like, we find out later that he, like, planted that. But, like, did we need that? Like, we could have just avoided all that. I think she still would have been okay.
Kind of.
All
and
right.
I think she said she never wrote that in the diary in the first place. So he wrote all of it.
I think he wrote in there to make it sound like a smarter person. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then to basically be like, that's like, they're all against her. And it was like planted evidence. Not me planted. The police guy.
I've had this discussion with you before. If I unexpectedly die, I'm knocking on wood.
Oh my God.
You do need to burn all my... You need to... I'm sorry.
How many journals do you have?
You need to fly here. You need to burn all of them. They're next to my bed, okay?
Do they have locks on them?
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, you need to immediately, because as Roxy Hart said, she even broke the lock. So
she broke the lock.
The lock. Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm telling you, anyone.
What if I read like one page though? Would you?
You could totally read all of them, but then you have to burn them.
Okay. Wait. When did you start keeping journals? How old were you?
Don't have. No. It's like maybe been the last 10 years, and I have gotten anxious, and I will from childhood. I'd throw out my childhood ones because I was so embarrassed reading them.
Oh no!
I was so. It was like, "What's up, Bridgie? Today was great. The sun is shining, and I went to sleep.
Give him the old razzle dazzle.
I ate a cheeseburger, and Jimmy was mean. The end."
Oh, that sounds like, yeah, okay.
But these last ones are more like adult-minded stuff. Okay. And I'm like, these are private thoughts. Like, we need to get rid of these.
Oh my God. Okay.
So will you please burn them?
I'll remember that.
Thank you. How about you?
Well, I don't keep a journal.
Okay, so we're good.
I don't. Good. It's just in my brain, so it'll all die with me when I die.
That's probably smarter, as we've seen from this trial.
Yeah.
Okay, then she gets off.
She is not guilty.
And she
innocent.
Doesn't care because some other woman shoots her husband outside the courthouse.
I'd like to think that lady was like waiting for the verdict and was like, all right.
She's like, this Billy Flynn is good.
Yeah,
I'm going to get off.
Hold on. Yeah, I want to get in on this action.
I'm going to be fine. I'm going to murder him right here.
Yeah, she just goes rampant like right outside the courthouse, and the Roxy's like, no one wants my picture. And I'm like, you're a dummy. And then Amos is there like, how's the baby? And she's like, you're stupid. And I was like, you're both stupid. Goodbye. Hate it.
I know that we have a lot of male listeners from our statistics. And I will just say that if this movie was reversed and it was a bunch of men murdering women, I know it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry for that. But it is funnier with a bunch of women murdering men because we're second-class citizens, okay? So I don't want you to get any ideas and make a man version. It won't work. And call it, Toronto, okay? I don't know.
Oh, not Toronto.
Probably, I don't know.
Leave Canada out of this, Bridge.
What would they call it? They'd call it Dallas? I don't know. I don't know.
Detroit?
Detroit. Who knows?
Oh, Lord.
Then she's mad. She's mad. Because she's pissed. She's like, Amos is the worst. I need to get into jazz. What do I do? Yeah, well, they definitely divorce or break up or I don't know, because then the next time we see her, she's trying to audition. And she's in this little jazz place and she's singing to like two guys. And the guys are literally like, yeah, that's nice. Anyway, and she's like, wait, I have more stuff. And then they literally run away. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well,
well, that was the worst. And then Velma's
Awkward.
like, hey, bitch, I'm here too.
Mhm.
Come back to my plan because I need another person. You're fine at singing, and I'll just assume you can dance, even though I haven't seen it. And let's get a move on. And Bridge, they do a big show. And part of their big show is they come on stage with machine guns and they dance and the crowd goes wild. And is that today in America? Because it is. And I hate it. And I hate it so much.
Do you know the first time? It is. Do you know the first time I ever went to Chicago? Okay, follow this chain.
Don't tell me you saw someone tap dance with a machine gun because I gotta go. Oh no.
Oh no. So me and my college roommate Lindsay were taking a road trip from New Jersey to Yellowstone National Park. And we were going to stop in Chicago. And one of my other roommates, I was like with her family and her grandmother. I don't know why, whatever. And I was talking about it. Her grandmother goes, Chicago, I've been to Chicago. Here's where you gotta go. And she goes,
oh
it's
no.
a club called Tommy Guns. And it was
Tommy Guns?
That was, they acted all like 1920s gangsters and flappers. And when you got to the door, you had to be like, the secret password is like Johnny's handcuffs or something. And then it's like a preset dinner and they do like this whole like murder dance, whatever. And when, so at the time I'm 19, Lindsay's like 19, and our other friend Zach came on the trip with us. And when we walk into the place, it's all old people.
Oh no!
My friend's grandmother recommended it, so it was like an old retired teachers convention, and so it was
no!
We were the youngest by like maybe 60 years, and it was It was my first introduction to Chicago, and I was like, "This is the funniest fucking thing in the entire world," and I'll never forget Tommy Guns.
Why haven't you brought me there, Bridge?
So it closed down. I would have absolutely taken you.
Tommy Guns, rest in
but
peace.
It does not exist anymore. How
I'm just
freaking
envisioning. Again, not sorry, Broad City reference, where when Abby gets blackout drunk, she turns into Val, who's a jazz singer at an underground jazz bar, and Alana's like, what? This is where you go when you black out? And everyone's like, Val, we miss you, Val. Where have you been? She's like, how's it going, digging a dog? That's what I'm envisioning Tommy Guns as.
That's by the way, that's very Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
Who does that too.
Duke Silver.
Oh my God. Right. Okay, back to the movie. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I mean.
So then it ends.
Yeah, it ends. They dance with their guns and everybody fucking loves it. And I guess they're
the show
happy.
Goes on.
It goes on. It's a big show.
Who doesn't want to watch murderers?
I think
I'd go see murderers. They like we're in a Broadway show. I'd be like, "What's this about?" You know.
As long as I don't get shot, I'll check it out.
You don't want that to happen. That would be
wow. Well, Bridge, what do you think? Would you watch or don't watch Chicago? A 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think people should watch to just check the box, but I really want to see I wish I kind of saw the play.
Well, you still have time.
I do. How about you?
I like the movie, but I also, when I thought back on it, I was like, why did I like this movie? And I definitely had, a friend at the time who was, really into it, so I think that's why I watched it a lot. I also was, 11, so I think it was a little impressionable. Also, this movie, it references sex, but it's, I don't know.
It's light.
It's light. So I think when you're a preteen, it's whoa, scandal. And now I'm
crazy.
Now I'm just they're in their bra. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the songs though. I think the songs are fun.
All that jazz.
Hey.
Come on. Well, it's my pick.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna do something crazy.
Oh my God. What?
I'm gonna go to our listeners and do a listener pick.
Oh.
You probably don't remember it. I'm gonna sing
I probably don't.
This is a listener named Ryan. We did another recommendation from Ryan, which was Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Oh, okay.
So Ryan is a longtime listener. Ryan,
hey, Ryan.
I hope you're still around.
Ryan.
You submitted this request actually almost a year ago.
All right, that's not too long. That's pretty good for us. Yeah.
I think it is pretty good for us. So here's the thing. We're going to 2000, the millennium. Okay.
2000. Okay.
We're going to 2000.
Okay.
We've done movies with these actors. Okay. Plenty of them.
Okay.
It is on theme for winter. I nailed the theme.
All
In
right.
fact, the theme was the main driver for this. Okay. It is something as a kid you just dreamed of to happen, and for you, maybe also dream of to happen. However, it might tack on days later in the school year. Kate, what are we watching?
Is it Snow Day?
Yeah.
It is? Oh my god! Oh my god, Snow Day with
Chevy Chase.
Gene
Smart.
Gene Smart and
Josh Peck.
Josh Peck. Little Josh Peck.
Yes.
And also from Babysitter's Club.
Yes, Chrissy.
The girl played Chrissy.
Her name is Lane, but yeah, Chrissy from Babysitter's Club.
Wait, I am so fucking excited
This is
because
Ryan. It wasn't me, it was Ryan. So thank Ryan.
Ryan, thank you so much. I'm excited because I'm already predicting the rage we're gonna have because there's a terrible like love story, quote unquote, because you're kind of following like teenagers, but then you're also following like 10-year-olds, and then there's Chevy Chase is there too, and you're like, what's the there's a lot going on. Snow Day, it's one day, don't forget. And yeah, oh my god.
Ryan says, hey guys, I heard on the last episode a year ago that you're looking for snow themed movies. I think Snow Day would be perfect. And
have you
Ryan,
seen
it is.
Have you seen Snow Day?
This is a very vague memory. I saw it. I don't remember most of it. So it'd be
I
like watching
remember
a whole new movie.
It's sure will, Bridge. And there's definitely some 2000 songs in this movie. What's the one where it's like, that's all right, that's okay, you never loved me anyway. That's in here, y'all. Okay.
Wow.
I don't forget. I remember.
You know what you're making me think of?
Chris Elliott's in this movie too. I think he's the snowplow guy.
Wow.
From Schitt's Creek.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh my god, and Jean Smart. Love her.
Let's do it.
Wow, good pick, Bridge. Proud of you. Proud of Ryan, but proud of you.
Don't be proud of me. It's Ryan.
We're proud of everyone. Yeah,
Ryan,
and I would love a snow day.
Okay.
I always want a snow day.
Let's give it to Katie. Let's give her the movie and a snow day for your belated birthday present.
Oh, that would be great. That would be pretty awesome if there is a snow day that happens sometime in this month.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers, y'all.
Katie,
Bridge.
If you saw a situation that was a murder but not a crime, and they had it coming, they really had it coming, and then it happened to be you as the murderer.
Oh, well, that's checks out.
Without a doubt, would I run to Billy Flynn and give him $5,000? Without a doubt, I would take out a lien on the house. I would get you whatever you needed to get out because you deserve to be a jazz star.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I agree. It's funny because I was thinking that if you had murdered someone but it wasn't a crime, you know, I wouldn't get Billy. I would be your lawyer, and you and I would do a synchronized dance. I would get Lindsay to tap dance, doing the rainbows off to the side. And I think we'd get you out. I think we could do it.
Just remembering when we did Little Miss Sunshine, how we were going to come up with a part 2 where you come back as the lawyer.
I'm the lawyer for the children.
All the children. And the like
all the sexually exploited children who couldn't consent to their bodies on film forever. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still want to do that.
I'm here for it.
I could sing Razzle Dazzle. I cannot tap dance, but maybe we'll figure it out.
With time and Sparky Pulaski.
The spirit fingers. It's so true. Oh my god.
Well.
And listeners, if you would also tap dance to a jury for someone you love, give them the old Razzle Dazzle, you know? Get them off for murder. And if you think that, you know, when someone cheats on you, shoot them because it is a murder, but is it a crime?
We're just joking.
It's a joke podcast. Don't worry.
It's a parody joke.
Don't look in my backyard. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. And if you think that, hey, maybe we should all go on a field trip and see this movie, let's go see Chicago on Broadway, because
Okay.
I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
And if y'all want to get in on that, email us, because we need that group rate.
Oh my God, could we do a field trip with listeners? Can you imagine?
I mean, I would do that.
I would rent
I
a
think
bus.
it'd be weird, but I would do that.
I would absolutely rent a bus, and on the side of it, I would put a Sisters Who've Seen It logo.
And everybody gets a Sisters Who've Seen It shirt to wear
as
well. So we don't lose our field trip children. Yes.
That would be a dream. Wow.
Yes, if you think all that, you should write us a review. We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. And we also have a website, sisterswho'seenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So Ryan requested our next movie, Snow Day. All right, and that could be you. What other snow movies are there? Snow Dogs. That's a movie.
Dogs?
Snow... the other ones? I'm think about that. Get on there. Yeah. I feel like the day after tomorrow comes up when I look at snow movies, because it's there's a blizzard. I don't know. You guys figure that out and get your recommendations on there.
Okay.
And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can give us money.
Woo!
Which Katie should celebrate her birthday with. And then merchandise, which when we go on our tour, you can wear the shirts so we don't lose you.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not tour guides. Okay,
no.
We are podcasters.
I'm going to be distracted for sure. So
I'm not paying attention. We know that.
We're a little distracted.
You've listened long enough. I can't. Okay.
Yes. So check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week for Snow Day, Snow Day, Snow Day. That's what they say in the movie.
Okay, I love it.
Snow Day's a Nickelodeon movie. Ooh, he had it coming. Hey, hey.
And all that jazz, we're gonna see the snow and have a day.
I was gonna say, you'd be a good singer in Chicago, Bridge. You got the voice.
I would have a lot of fun. Also, just the outfits, I mean... If they did a plus-size version for that, I'm there, you know?
I was going to say, I love the feather. It's what is that? A fan? Like a fan? The feather fan that Queen Latifah has?
So good.
I love that. I want to hang with that. That's a fun time. All right. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye. Goodbye. I love you. And all that jazz.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswho'seenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things Sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.